Hello everybody, welcome to Frontier Mentality. Brittany and Long for part of the chores. Finally got the house clean. Good Lord, finding more taters when you get further down into the mess of potato garden. But they've already been eaten by bugs and whatnot, so I'm not really worried about. It was nice to know there were some deeper. I didn't know how deep it was going to go. If I find any worth keeping, we will. So we are moving this bed somewhere else. Actually, we're going to fill this dirt into a Vago bed, but we will be moving this bed soon when I get it empty. But thought I'd bring you along, let you watch me work. Not, because I will be cutting it off, but I will be doing this. But sorry that I didn't post this video for Thursday. Thursday was what was Thursday? Thursday was the Day of Atonement, so I did not film. It was considered a high Sabbath, and I obey God, and that's what's important. So it's a Friday garden tour, and I'm going to go ahead and apologize again because I am not doing another garden tour next week. It will be posted Sunday of next week because I am babysitting my grandchildren while their parents are out of town for their 10th wedding anniversary. But let's get into this. Look at these beautiful, where is it? There it is. Sun's bright, y'all. And the leaves are in the way, but the jalapenos are doing good. The cow horns are still doing good. We've got 2 or 3, or maybe 2 bales left, or maybe just the 1 bell pepper growing. But Bruce has been busy in the garden. I haven't checked on to see the little lemon tree still doing well. Bruce has transplanted some of the broccoli and cauliflower and put it in the tall Vago bed here, and moved the butterhead lettuce down. I do have a correction to make. I told y'all that this was all salad mix. I am sorry, this is all turnip mix. I was not outside when he planted, and all of the okra now, like I said, these are way too big to eat. They would be just chewy and tough and gross. So we're letting it go to seed. The kale is almost knee-high. This is a salad mix that's in between here and going around the curve over here. And then we have 4, maybe, yeah, 4, 1, 2, 3. I think it's 4, maybe 5 green cabbages, but definitely 6 purple that has come up. And once everything starts getting their true leaves, I can start telling things apart. This is a mustard green. This little patch that we thought in the middle was just other kale, it's a mustard green. And some mustard greens were transplanted over here last year, so they've gone to seed on their own and came back up. Because it is mixed in. And dang, I don't know how it got over here. Unless Bruce just thought it was. Now this is a type of lettuce. And it has a hot peppery flavor. I'll show you some more over at the other bed. It just must have got mixed. The seed must have got mixed because that was never over here. Okay, here are our carrots. They finally got their true leaves in. Some more of the broccoli and the cauliflower. So what you saw me digging is going to go into this Fago bed. And some more of maybe the cauliflower and broccoli going over there. Bruce has filled this. He filled this one. We're the same place where I'm digging at now. Onions are supposed to be going here in November. So let's get over here to the collard greens and the mustard greens and the hot peppery lettuce. So these are about 4 or 5 inches high, and this is all collards on this row until we get here and there. You can tell the leaves are kind of purpley, like right there. That's that lettuce. And then all the mustards are back here. The ginger's still coming in. I don't have to dig the ginger up until the end of October, beginning of November-ish. It can take one frost from what I understood reading. So I'll bring you back when we dig up the, when I dig up the ginger. My friend gifted me some turmeric. So for next year, we'll be able to grow turmeric. And then please keep Bruce's family in prayer. He lost his uncle yesterday on Atonement. His aunt and his uncle have known each other since they were 10 years old. So they've been together for a lifetime. Children, grandchildren, and I think great-grandchildren. So just keep all of them in your prayers. They would greatly appreciate it. What else? So, I've been catching up on the news. I read like the hedge or something along that line, and then I read a couple other articles. Then of course I listened to a couple YouTubers who are talking about different things that's going on in the world, because I deliberately this week turned off the news. So let's get caught up. China and Taiwan, Ukraine and Russia, Israel, Iran, us in Venezuela, lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my! And then the tariffs. This is a personal thought I had on the tariffs. Like China used to buy our soybean crop, right? And our soybeans are pretty much, nobody's there to buy them because China don't want to pay the tariffs on them. Now, all the other countries in the world tariff us right back, okay? So the inflation is us paying the tariffs. That's stealing money out of our pockets to pay the so-called inflation. Beef prices are up. And when beef prices go up, your chicken is going to go up because they can't afford to buy the beef, so they're going to go to what they can afford to buy. And that also would transfer into the pork for the people who eat the pork. So all the prices are still going up. I read that they were talking about doing a $2,000 stimulus check. And they're saying it's from the tariffs. They're giving you your money back. But please don't go out and blow that money. Buy a year's worth of food. We all know the Patriot Supply and food for patriots. You can buy $2,000 for a year's worth of food. Highly suggest that you put food back. If you're not growing it like we are, if I got the 2,000, that's what I would spend it on. I would still, because you never know what the weather's going to do. And it's best to have food put up. We also see gold and silver going up. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. But I'm going to tell you 3 things that hold their value. Well, maybe 4. 4 things that hold their value. Gold always holds its value. Silver always holds its value. Precious metals such as copper and some alloyed stuff holds its value. And land. Now, if our dollar completely tanks out, that means the stock market is gone. And people will say, well, transfer into whatever the new currency will be. Maybe. Because the stock market crashed once before, and not in my lifetime, but in my grandparents' lifetime. And they asked for silver back, to turn in all your silver. How stupid. People were not that stupid. Some were. Some people turned it back in, but there were a lot of people that did not. They buried it in the yard, saved it for when they really had to go and get the staples that they weren't growing. Since the I would say 30s and up, Americans have really gotten slack. The reason grocery stores came to play was because people that couldn't grow their food, like the Dust Bowl happened during the Depression. They were overworking the land, not putting stuff back into the land, and it damaged the land. So they were getting groceries and putting them in grocery stores for the city people. The country people and the mountain people didn't have that problem because they knew how to put back into their soil. They weren't commercial farming. They were just farming for themselves. People need to get back to that. Feeding yourselves, learning the skill set, because the day when you have to decide if you're going to take a mark to buy food, to work, to whatever, that is never your friend. And it will separate you for eternity from your creator. So here comes the train. Short video, I know. Just pray for what you can't. Pray what you cannot control. You can only control your small little portion of the world, which is your home. So get out of debt. Stock up. Your palates are going to have to change because food is going stupidly high. If you do get the stimulus, or if they give the stimulus, please, people, buy food with it. Or pay off as much debt. Half of it goes to debt, half of it goes to food. Harder times are coming. If wars break out everywhere, it's going to really ruin the food supply. All right, everybody, please stay safe. Please get ready and please get prepared. Frontier Mentality signing out.